My family humiliated my little daughter because she was born with a disease. When she told me about it crying, I made them homeless in 12 hours. They called me crying and panicking. My daughter's sobs woke me at 2 a.m. I found Emma curled on her bedroom floor, 6 years old, small body shaking, face wet with tears, holding her stuffed rabbit tight against her chest. "Baby, what's wrong?" She looked up at me, eyes red and swollen, nose running, hiccuping between sobs. "Grandma said I'm ugly, that my face scares people, that I should wear a mask." My blood went cold. Everything stopped. Emma was born with a port wine-stained birthmark, capillary malformation, covers the left side of her face from her forehead down to her jaw, dark purple, deep red in some places. Beautiful to me, always beautiful, but the world can be cruel. When did Grandma say this? At the party today, this afternoon. Her voice broke. She said it in front of everyone. Uncle Jake laughed really loud, said I looked like a monster from a horror movie. Aunt Sarah took pictures of me on her phone and said she'd show her friends the freak. They all laughed. I knelt down, pulled her into my arms, let her cry into my shoulder. Every word she said was a knife, every detail cutting deeper. "Mommy?" Her voice so small, muffled against my shirt. "Am I a monster?" Something inside me broke, shattered, then froze into something hard and cold. "No, baby. You're perfect. You're beautiful. They're the monsters, not you." The party had been at my parents' house. Sunday afternoon family barbecue, weekly tradition. I dropped Emma off for 3 hours while I worked. Emergency client meeting. Trusted my parents, trusted my family. They'd spent those 3 hours destroying her. I tucked Emma back into bed, kissed her forehead, the side with the birthmark and the side without. Told her she was beautiful. Told her I loved her. Stayed until she fell asleep again. Then I went to my home office, closed the door, and I went to work. My parents lived in a house I owned, had for 8 years now. Back in 2016, after Dad's business failed, his third failed business, and they were facing foreclosure, I'd bought their house directly from the bank, paid cash, kept them from being homeless, let them live there rent-free ever since, just until we get back on our feet, Dad had said. A year tops, that was 8 years ago. They'd never paid a single dollar. The deed was in my name, always had been, legally mine. They were tenants, month to month. No lease agreement. I opened my laptop, found the property management company I used for my 3 rental properties, sent an email at 2:47 a.m. Initiate eviction proceedings for 428 Maple Street, effective immediately. Non-paying tenants, no lease agreement, site failure to pay rent, 8 years of missed payments. I want them out within 24 hours. Then I called my lawyer, personal attorney, woke him up. His phone rang 6 times before he answered. "This better be important," he mumbled. "I need a 24-hour eviction notice drafted. Can you do it?" "What? That's not really, legally that takes, they're month-to-month tenants with no written lease agreement. I'm the property owner. They haven't paid rent in 8 years. I have documentation of every missed payment. I want them out. Now." Silence. Then, Jesus. "What happened?" "They hurt my daughter. Badly." He sighed, papers rustling in the background. "I'll have the notice ready by 9 a.m. Sheriff can serve it by noon." "Good, thank you." I hung up. Uncle Jake, Dad's younger brother, rented an apartment from me too. Had for 5 years. 1-bedroom unit in a building I owned downtown. I'd given him a steep discount, below market rate by almost $400 a month, because family helps family, because he was struggling, because Dad had asked. I pulled up Jake's lease on my computer, month to month. No long-term agreement. Another email to the property management company. Terminate lease for Unit 3B, 445 Broadway. 30-day notice effective immediately. Then I checked my records. Pulled up the rent payment history. Jake was behind. 2 months, $1,800 total. I smiled. No warmth in it. Cold. Calculating. Changed the email. Correction. Terminate lease for Unit 3B immediately. Tenant in material breach of lease agreement. 2 months unpaid rent, $1,800 owed. Eviction proceedings to begin at 9 a.m. Sent it. Aunt Sarah, Mom's sister, her husband David worked at my company. Software development firm I'd founded 12 years ago. 50 employees now. I'd gotten David the job 3 years ago. Vouched for him personally. Manager position. Senior developer. $95,000 salary plus benefits. I opened my work email on my phone. Typed carefully. Request immediate review of David Chen's employment status. Concerns regarding workplace conduct, performance issues, and violation of company policies. Recommend termination. Then I opened my files. Found the folder I'd been keeping. Every mistake David had made in 3 years. Every late arrival, 47 of them. Every missed deadline, 21. Every complaint from other employees, 8. Every subpar code review, dozens. Things I'd previously overlooked. Things I'd excused. Things I'd forgiven. Because family. Because Sarah asked. Because I was trying to be kind. Attached everything. Sent it to HR at 3:14 a.m. with instructions to review first thing in the morning. Then I sat back in my chair. Looked at the clock. 3:47 a.m. 12 hours until they knew what was coming. 12 hours until their world collapsed. I went back to Emma's room, stood in her doorway, watched her sleep, her beautiful face peaceful now, the birthmark dark against her pale skin in the dim nightlight glow. My beautiful daughter, my perfect girl. No one gets to hurt her, ever. At 9 a.m., the sheriff delivered formal eviction notices to my parents' house. 30-minute notice to vacate. Court order. Legal. Binding. At 9:30 a.m., Jake received his lease termination notice via email and certified mail. Immediate eviction. Breach of contract. Pay in full or vacate within 24 hours. At 10:15 a.m., David was called into HR at my company, presented with documentation of performance issues, given the option to resign or be terminated for cause. My phone started ringing at 10:47 a.m. Mom first. I watched it vibrate on my desk, didn't answer. Then Dad, then Jake, then Sarah, then David. 23 calls in the first hour. I silenced my phone, went to Emma's room. She was awake, playing with dolls. "Want to make pancakes, baby?" Her face lit up. "With chocolate chips?" "With chocolate chips." We made pancakes, ate them at the kitchen table. Then I took her to the park. We spent 3 hours there. Swings, slide, feeding ducks at the pond. We had a beautiful day. When I checked my phone later, there were 37 missed calls, 19 voicemails. I listened to them while Emma watched TV. "Mom, first message, 10:52 a.m. How could you do this? We're your parents. Call me back right now. The sheriff is at our door. This is insane." Dad, 11:03 a.m. "You're overreacting. It was just jokes. Kids need thick skin. Call off this eviction nonsense immediately." Jake, 11:34 a.m. "This is insane. Where am I supposed to go? You can't just kick me out. I'll sue you." Sarah, 12:17 p.m. "You're ruining David's career over nothing. Emma needs to learn to take criticism. She's too sensitive. Call me back." Mom, 1:45 p.m. "Crying now. Please. We have nowhere to go. You can't do this to your own parents. Please call back." I deleted them all, every single one. At 6 p.m., there was a knock at my door. Loud, insistent, pounding. I looked through the peephole. Mom and Dad, standing on my porch. Mom's face red and blotchy. Dad's face tight with anger. Emma was behind me in the living room, watching her tablet. I opened the door. Didn't invite them in. Stood in the doorway, blocking it. "Please," Mom said immediately. Mascara running, eyes desperate. "You can't do this. We have nowhere to go. They gave us 2 hours to get our things. 2 hours after 8 years. You should have thought about that. It was just teasing. Emma's too sensitive. Kids need to learn. Get off my property. Your father is sick. His heart. How can you do this to us?" I felt my jaw tighten, felt the cold anger settling deeper. I said, "Get off my property." Dad appeared behind her, face red, veins visible on his forehead. "You ungrateful little—" I started closing the door. He stuck his foot in it, blocking it. "We raised you. We sacrificed for you. You owe us. You owe us everything." "I owe you nothing. You made my daughter cry. You called her a monster. You took pictures to mock her. You laughed at her. She needs to learn the world is cruel. We were preparing her. She's 6 years old." Emma appeared beside me, looking up at her grandparents through the gap in the door. Mom's face softened slightly, tried to look kind. "Emma, sweetie, we didn't mean—" "Go away," Emma said quietly, her small voice steady. "You're mean. I don't want to see you anymore." Mom gasped, reached through the doorway toward her. "Emma," I pulled Emma back behind me. "Don't touch her. Don't ever touch her again." "This is ridiculous," Dad shouted. "Over some stupid birthmark? She needs to accept reality. Get out. Where are we supposed to sleep tonight? We have nowhere." I smiled. No warmth, no kindness, pure ice. "I don't care." I closed the door. Dad pounded on it 3 times, hard. The frame rattled. "You'll regret this. You're destroying this family." Then silence. Through the window, I watched them walk to their car. Mom leaning on Dad, both of them talking. Mom crying, Dad gesturing angrily. They got in. The car sat there for 2 minutes, then 3, finally drove away. Emma looked up at me. "Are they really leaving?" "Yes, baby." "Forever?" "Forever." She hugged me tight. "Good. They were mean to me." My phone buzzed. Text from Sarah. "David got fired today. Lost his job because of you. You destroyed our family over nothing. Over Emma being too sensitive. I hope you're happy." I typed back slowly. "You destroyed yourselves when you hurt my daughter. You chose to mock a 6-year-old child. These are the consequences." Blocked her number immediately. Jake called from a different number. "Unknown caller," I answered. "You can't do this." His voice loud, angry, desperate. "I have nowhere to go. No money. I'll be on the street. Figure it out. I'm your uncle. Family. You're supposed to help me. And Emma is my daughter. My child. You called her a freak. You laughed at her. Family doesn't do that." "I was joking. It was just a joke." "Jokes are funny. You're just cruel. Don't call me again." I hung up. Blocked that number too. That night, around 10 p.m., I got one final call. Unknown number. Different from Jake's. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Dad's voice. Broken. Defeated. "Please, your mother's having a panic attack. We're at a motel, a cheap one. We can't afford anything else. We have $300 to our name. Please. You should have thought about that before you traumatized a 6-year-old. We'll apologize. We'll make it right. We'll never say anything like that again. Please, let us come back. back. We have nowhere else. Too late. The damage is done. Emma asked me if she was a monster. Because of you. She's our granddaughter. We love her. She was your granddaughter. Not anymore. You made your choice. Silence. Long silence. I could hear Mom crying in the background. Hysterical. Then Dad's voice again. Different now. Cold. You've changed. You're not the daughter I raised. I smiled into the phone. Good. The daughter you raised would have let you get away with it. Would have made excuses for you. Would have told Emma to just ignore it. That daughter is gone. You're destroying this family. No, you destroyed it when you hurt my child. I'm just making sure you can't hurt her again. I hung up, turned off my phone, went to Emma's room, sat on the edge of her bed, watched her sleep. Tomorrow I'd take her to get ice cream, maybe the zoo, anywhere she wanted. Tomorrow we'd start fresh, just the two of us. No more toxic family, no more cruel jokes, no more making her feel like anything less than perfect. Just us, and that was enough.